Hey guys, this is Maria, and in this video I will tell you about the million versus billionaire. Beyond the difference in the number of zeros, what is the difference between a billionaire and millionaire? While making the distinction should be a non-brainer in theory, sometimes the terms are used interchangeable. That's why we decided to take a closer look at the millionaire versus billionaire comparison and identify the key similarities and difference between these two groups of people. We will also explore why becoming a billionaire is much more difficult to achieve than becoming a millionaire. So stay tuned for more information. Millionaire versus billionaire definitions. Let's start with the basic. A millionaire is an individual whose net worth is equal to or greater than $1 million. This can be calculated by adding up all of the person's assets and subtracting their debts. A billionaire, on the other hand, is much more exclusive term. It refers to an individual whose net worth is equal to or greater than $1 billion. This is much higher threshold than a million, and as such there are far fewer billionaires in the world than millionaires. In fact, there are only 2006 2,668 billionaires in the world at present based on Forbes' latest annual ranking, with the US accounting for 735 of those. In contrast, there are more than 20 million millionaires in the US alone. This means that there are greater chances of becoming a millionaire than a billionaire. Transitioning from being a millionaire to a billionaire is not given either. How are billionaires different from millionaires? So now that we can meaning of each term, we already have an idea of fundamental difference between millionaire and billionaire. Let's not limit our knowledge there and consider some less obvious factors that make millionaire different from billionaire. First, time required to spend all of their money. Is there a better way to look at the difference between the just rich and the super rich than estimating how much time each group needs to spend their money? $1 million. Let's say you want to spend $1 million as quick as possible. In order to do so, to do this, you will need to spend $1 each second for about 12 days. Yes, $1 million that you may have saved up for years, even decades, can be done in just 12 days if you spend a single dollar per second. $1 billion. If you have $1 million and want to spend it as quickly as possible, it will take you close to 32 years to spend all of it. Yes, that's right, you will have over 3 decades to burn through a billion if you spend $1 per second. Second, level of power. You may like a king of the rest of your life, and once you have amassed enough millions, but being a billionaire could give you the power of the king. Let's look at the same some example illustrate how powerful billionaire can be. Government sector. Did you know that a few $1 billion lets you change a government policy? That's right. Millionaires can contribute huge amount of their wealth or fund an organized attempt to influence policymakers. However, only billionaires have the capability to direct the overall course of a government. Industrial sector. Having enough billion empowers an individual to influence the direction of an entire sector to that end. They can buy one or several companies. Third is lifestyle. If you net worth $1 million, what kind of lifestyle you can have? What if the $1 billion instead? According to experts, a 3% withdrawal rate could reasonably sustain a person's life. So, if you have $1 million net worth, that means you will be able to withdraw $30,000 a year from your account. $1 million will give you $49,000 in year income when social security of $19,000 is combined. Let's say you require assisted living in your later years. The current average cost for income or nursing care range from $94,000 to more than $1 lakh per year. This means that you will be reducing the lifespan of your principals as you spend your capital faster than replenish it. However, if you have a net worth of $1 billion, 3% of that will get you $30 million in annual income on your retirement. You could likely without firing for social security at the rate. With that said, you can't help but wonder how to become a billionaire. But if you were not born to wealthy family, getting there seems almost impossible. Fourth, spending tendencies. Both groups enjoy the finer things in life, whether it's a luxurious home or a private jet. However, the way they spend their money is another key billionaire versus millionaire distinction. For one, millionaires tend to be more frugal with their money. They may have expensive tastes, but they are also more mindful of their spending. Billionaires, meanwhile, are known for their lavish spending. They often have multiple homes and jets, and they are not afraid to flaunt their wealth. After all, they have 30 years, only a single of their billions if they spend $1 every second. Who is the richest millionaire or billionaire? Elon Musk, CEO and co-founder of Tesla, has been the richest person in the world since 2021, having a net worth of $273 billion according to Investopedia Asia from the electric vehicle company where he owns a 70% share. Musk is also the CEO and chief engineer of SpaceX, which develops space launch rockets. He is also set to spend $44 billion of his fortune to acquire the microblogging platform Twitter. What is the difference between a million and $1 billion? When we compare $1 million versus $1 million in terms of figures, it is easy to say one more zeros than the other by ratio. It's 1.100 or $1 million, $1,000, 1 million. Here's another way to illustrate the millionaire versus billionaire difference. One person with 1 million is equal to 1000 individuals with $1 million each. Conclusion: there are many differences between millionaire and billionaire, but the most notable ones include the power that comes with the amount of money they have, the kind of lifestyle their riches can provide. So guys, this is enough for my today's video. I will be seeing in my next video. Bye bye.